The Statue of Liberty. She stands in New York Harbor, 305 feet of copper and iron, her torch held high against the sky. For over a century, she's been the symbol of American freedom, the first sight millions of immigrants saw when they arrived seeking a new life. But here's what they don't teach you. The statue wasn't built for America. It wasn't meant for immigrants. And the woman who inspired it? She was fighting a battle that had nothing to do with Ellis Island. This is the true story of Lady Liberty, and it's not what you think. Paris, 1865. The American Civil War has just ended. Slavery is abolished. But in France, a different kind of tyranny is tightening its grip. Napoleon III rules with an iron fist, crushing dissent, silencing the press, strangling democracy. In a small dinner party, a group of French intellectuals gather in secret. Among them is Edouard de la Boulaye, a legal scholar obsessed with American democracy. He proposes something radical, a gift to America, a monument celebrating the end of slavery and the survival of the Union. But this gift has a hidden purpose. It's not really for America at all. It's a message to France, a declaration that liberty still matters, that republics can survive, that freedom is worth fighting for. The man who would bring this vision to life was Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, a sculptor hungry for immortality. But Bartholdi had a secret. Years before the Statue of Liberty, he designed another colossus, a massive statue of an Egyptian peasant woman holding a torch, meant to stand at the entrance of the Suez Canal. He called it Egypt Carrying the Light to Asia, but Egypt rejected it. Too expensive, too ambitious. The project died. Or did it? Because when you look at the Statue of Liberty, really look at her, you see the same design, the same flowing robes, the same torch held high, same broken chains at her feet. Bartholdi didn't create a new vision for America. He recycled his rejected Egyptian monument. Lady Liberty was born from a failed project for a completely different purpose. October 28, 1886. The statue is finally unveiled in New York Harbor. President Grover Cleveland stands before the massive crowd. He declares the statue a symbol of Franco-American friendship. Not a single mention of immigration, not one word about welcoming the tired, the poor, the huddled masses. Because in 1886, that's not what the statue meant. It was a celebration of abolition, of the Republic, of Enlightenment ideals. The poem, you know, the one by Emma Lazarus, the one about yearning to breathe free, it wasn't even added until 1903, 17 years after the statue was dedicated. For nearly 2 decades, Lady Liberty stood in the harbor with no connection to immigration whatsoever. But here's where the story gets darker. While the statue was being built, America was slamming its doors shut. In 1882, Congress passed the Chinese Exclusion Act, the first law to ban an entire ethnic group from immigrating to America. Lady Liberty was under construction, her arm already displayed in Madison Square Garden, while America was declaring certain people unwelcome. The irony is crushing. A statue celebrating freedom being built at the exact moment America was restricting it. And it gets worse. The fundraising campaign to build the pedestal for the statue, it nearly failed because ordinary Americans didn't want to pay for it. They saw it as a gift for rich New Yorkers, not a symbol for the nation. Joseph Pulitzer had to launch a massive publicity campaign, shaming people into donating. So how did the Statue of Liberty become the symbol of immigration? It wasn't history, it was marketing. In the early 1900s, millions of immigrants were flooding through Ellis Island, which opened in 1892, just a few miles from the statue. They saw her as they arrived. She became associated with their journey, their hope, their new beginning. The government noticed, tourism boards noticed, and slowly, deliberately, the narrative shifted. Emma Lazarus's poem was mounted inside the pedestal. Postcards were printed. Stories were told. The statue that was meant to celebrate abolition and Republican values was rebranded as the Mother of Exiles. America rewrote the statue's history to fit the story it wanted to tell. But there's another woman in this story, Charlotte Bartholdi, the sculptor's mother. Some historians believe she was the face of Lady Liberty. Bartholdi was devoted to his mother, almost obsessively so. He never married until after her death. Some say the statue's stern, determined face is hers. A domineering French woman became the face of American freedom. But Bartholdi never confirmed it. He took the secret to his grave. Was Lady Liberty inspired by her mother? By her Egyptian peasant design? By classical Roman goddesses? The truth is lost. The woman's identity, like so much of the statue's history, is a mystery wrapped in mythology. The statue almost survived. By the 1980s, it was falling apart. The copper skin was separating from the iron frame. The torch was leaking. Rust was eating through the internal structure. The National Park Service discovered that the French engineers had made a critical mistake. They used iron armature bars to support the copper skin. Iron and copper create a galvanic reaction, causing rapid corrosion. After a century, the statue was literally destroying itself from the inside. A massive restoration project costing over $87 million was launched. They replaced the entire internal structure with stainless steel. The statue we see today isn't quite the statue France gave us. She's been rebuilt, reinforced, fundamentally altered. Even her physical form has been transformed. Here's what makes the Statue of Liberty so perfectly American. She's a contradiction. Built by Republicans to inspire revolution, she became a symbol of immigration during an era of exclusion. Designed for one purpose, she was repurposed for another. A French idea became an American icon. A rejected Egyptian monument became the face of the New World. Her true meaning was invented after she was built. And maybe that's exactly right. Because America itself is a contradiction, a nation of immigrants that restricts immigration, a land of liberty built on slavery, a democracy that struggles with equality. The statue doesn't represent what America is, she represents what America claims to be. And the gap between those two things, that's where the real story lives. Stand at the base of the statue today, look up at her. Millions still do every year. They see hope, they see freedom, they see America at its best. And maybe it doesn't matter that she was built for different reasons. Maybe it doesn't matter that her meaning was invented, that her history was rewritten, that her symbolism was manufactured. Because symbols aren't about what they were meant to be, they're about what we need them to be. Lady Liberty wasn't built for immigrants, but immigrants claimed her anyway. They made her theirs. They forced America to live up to the promise she represents, even when America didn't want to. So who was the Statue of Liberty really for? She was for French intellectuals dreaming of revolution, for a sculptor seeking immortality, for abolitionists celebrating emancipation, for politicians selling a narrative, for immigrants desperate for hope, for all of us still trying to figure out what freedom actually means. The statue's greatest truth isn't in her history, it's in her transformation. She proves that symbols can outlive their creator's intentions, that meaning can evolve, that a statue built for one purpose can be claimed for another. Lady Liberty stands in that harbor not as a monument to what was, but as a challenge to what could be. Every day she asks the same question: what will you make of me? What story will you write? What promise will you keep? The statue wasn't built for you, but maybe, just maybe, you can build something worthy of her.